Good morning and welcome to today's newspaper review on Emirate Radio. Emirate Radio located behind Federal Ministry of Environment off Ojeba Road, Ilorin, Kwara State in Nigeria. I am Misturah Issa and with me.
I am Latifah Ibrahim-Arowona. Good morning, everyone. How was your weekend?
It was fine and yours?
It was fine too, thank you.
On today's newspaper, we will be looking at various newspaper pages. We have the Punch newspaper, Daily Post newspaper, the Royal News newspaper.
And I have the Daily Post newspaper as well, Royal newspaper, and the Leadership as well.
Okay, let's take a look at the headlines on the Nigeria National Dailies this morning. First, on Daily Post newspaper, police arrest 3 over student death, community stage protests.
Still on the Daily Post newspaper this morning, Ekiti doctors threaten strike over students' attack on members.
Still on Daily Post, Nigerian facing evil, Tinubu may be president for life, El-Rufai test Atiku.
Alright, we're still with you on the Daily Post newspaper this morning. Plateau Rep Gagdi opposes Governor Muftwang's call for state police.
On our own very own newspaper, Royal News, Atiku urges Nigerians to shun tribal politics ahead of 2027.
Daily Post newspaper still this morning, 2027. Forum launches nationwide crusade for power rotation.
Still on Royal News, Kwara lawmaker pushes landmark electricity reform bill.
Alright, and the last on the Daily Post newspaper this morning, Natasha's trial for alleged cybercrime against Akpabio, Yaya Bello begins September 22.
On Daily Post, police arrest 3 over student death, community stages protest.
And on the Punch newspaper this morning, IBAS rejects Assembly's move to probe 6-month spending.
On Punch newspaper, I need your guidance, larger that tells Oni of Ife.
And on our own Royal online newspaper this morning, Rarara's honorary doctorate declared fake.
And also on Daily Post newspaper, if you kill 10 of us, 20 will emerge. Bandits leaders warn Nigeria Army orders.
Oh my God. And on the Leadership newspaper this morning, Tinubu's wife at 65. You are my confidence, counselor, and steady flame. Ooh.
Let's go on a break, then we'll be right back. Welcome back. Starting on the Punch newspaper, I need your guidance, larger that tells Oni. The Olubadan designates Oba Rashid Ladoja on yesterday opening sought the guidance of the Oni of Ife, Oba Enitan Ogunwusi, as he prepared to ascend the throne of Ibadan land. Ladoja, who hosted the Oni at his Bodija private residence in Ibadan, said he regarded the Ife monarch as one of his teachers whose decade of experience on the throne would be invaluable to him. The Olubadan designate call for the unity of Yoruba monarch to achieve the goals of the Southwest region. The former governor will be installed as the 44th Olubadan on Friday, September 26, 2025, following the death of the 43rd Olubadan, Oba Owolabi Olakunleye, who passed on July 7th at the age of 90. Ladoja emphasized that Yoruba monarch must work together to promote unity, cultural values, and institutions that bind rather than divide them.
Oh.
Congratulations in advance to the new Olubadan of Ibadan land.
Congratulations are in order. Okay, on the Daily Post newspaper this morning, Ekiti doctors threaten strike over students' attack on members. The leadership of the National Association of Resident Doctors, Ekiti State University Teaching Hospital, EXUT, Ado Ekiti, have threatened to embark on industrial action following an attack on 2 doctors by students involved in an accident. Speaking with journalists in Ado Ekiti yesterday, the president of the National Association of Resident Doctors, EXUT branch, Dr. Ayodeji Olatayo, described the acts as barbaric and uncalled for, urging the Ekiti State government to fish out the perpetrators before 6 o'clock tomorrow or face industrial action. He noted that there was a need for patient relatives to respect health workers, stating that such behaviors will no longer be tolerated. Also, the former president of the association and chairman of the EXUT Inter-Allied Forum, Dr. Adeyemi Famous, called for the enactment of a law that will criminalize attack on health workers. The students who had an accident on Friday were rushed to the accident and emergency departments of the hospital, but the true caution in the wind and assaulted two doctors, leaving them injured because they were not properly attended to. Like, this is very uncomfortable. Like, those doctors face a lot in the hospital. Apart from the fact that they are already overworked. When they bring patients, people are not patient. Like, people are not patient. They just want to be attended for, and there are lots of people for doctors to attend to. Like, really need to be patient for doctors to be able to do their work. Imagine attacking a doctor. Now that they've attacked the doctor, who is going to take care of the patients you have brought to the hospital?
Who is going to treat the patients?
Who will?
Heading to the Daily Post newspaper, if you kill 10 of us, 20 will emerge. Bandit leaders warn Nigerian army orders. A notorious bandit kingpin, Kachala Umaru, has warned Nigerian security agencies against a kinetic approach to tackling insecurity. Umaru issued the warning on Saturday during peace talks between bandit group and community leaders in Matazu local government area of Katsina State. A counter-insurgency publication focused on the Lake Chad region, Zanzazola Makama, shared a clip of Umaru saying killing bandits only makes matter worse. Speaking to the Divisional Police Officer (DPO) of Musa local government area, Umaru up on the need to respect terms of agreement. Look at bandits threatening.
It's their confidence for me, telling them if you kill 10, 100 will emerge. Imagine. We are not safe in Nigeria, like, seriously.
The insecurity of it is no more.
Imagine the confidence. That means what will this guy already have, or what kind of backing does he have for him to be saying if they kill 10 of them? 11 imagine.
Look, the audacity for me.
Yes, seriously. Okay, on the Daily Post newspaper, still this morning, Plateau Rep Gagdi opposes Governor Mutwang's call for state police. Despite persistent call by the Plateau State Governor, Barrister Caleb Manessa Mutwang, for the creation of the state police, the lawmaker representing Pankshin Kanke Kanam Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives, Yusuf Gagdi, has kicked against the idea. Yusuf, who rejected the clamor for the creation of the state police in Nigeria while visiting some attacked and displaced communities in Kanam yesterday, said he has never been in support of the calls by Mutwang and other governors for state police, as they will be used against perceived political opponents. He noted that despite the infiltration of armed bandits and militias and violence in the state, he will never be in support of the creation of another security force to help in tackling the invaders. Gagdi, who has been in the house for over 10 years, said, despite the increased presence of bandits in Garga, Kukawa, Keram, Gembo, Dangur, and Shukawa communities of the Kanam Council, which is directly under his purview, the creation of state police is not the solution. The lawmaker, however, advocated for more and better funding of conventional security agencies in the state, emphasizing that state police will not resolve Plateau's recurring security challenges. I think I'm with this Yusuf man on this, because I'm telling you, ordinary civilian man, if they give him any small this thing like this, they will begin to mess up, and those people they are asked to protect, they are going to rule on them like soldiers. So I think it's better they give them more, like the soldiers that are already trained for this thing. They should just provide more funding, and like they should do better. So I think I'm with this man on this, like, seriously.
Heading to the Punch newspaper, Ekiti parents reject age restriction on varsity admission.
Okay.
Concerned parents in Ekiti State under the aegis of Coalition of Concerned Parents, Students and Stakeholders have appealed to the federal government to reverse the age restriction policy for those seeking admission into tertiary institutions. The concerned parent made the position known in a letter signed by Adenimo Samuel and Omotayo Omokayode made available to newsmen in Ado-Ekiti yesterday. In the letter addressed to the Minister of Education, Dr. Tuji Alausa, they held that the policy has deeply affected the future of young Nigerians. They appealed to the minister to cause a waiver for all qualified students who passed joint admission and matriculation board examination in 2025 regardless of age. JAMB has begun implementation of the policy stipulating that all the candidates who are 16 years old by August 2025 will be admitted to tertiary institutions. Recall that a pressure group, the Movement Against JAMB Injustice, comprises concerned parents, recently posted at JAMB office in Lagos and the Minister of Education, describing the age limit policy in Nigeria as unconstitutional and should be discarded forthwith. The concerned parents in Ekiti State described this policy as a violation of Section 8 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, which guaranteed the right of every Nigerian citizen to freedom from discrimination based on circumstances of birth, sex, community, religion, or other status. Parents really disagree because
children are already at home.
In the olden days, you see a grown-up before even enter institution, we already
2025.
Look at the age that most people are even went into tertiary institution. You see some 16-year-old
are in 200 level already.
200 level, and you see at the age of 20, some of them are even graduates.
They are even served their nation and they are already at home doing what?
So I think
I don't know
because of this behavior, it will reduce what would I call it in most universities. You see all this pressure group of it.
It affects so many of them because so many of those children have never been out of their.
So when they get there, they easily get influenced.
Apart from that, the freedom, when you taste freedom, you don't want to let it go. So it makes some of them misbehave. Some of them they'll be like, this is sweet like this, so they misbehave and look. So that's why I think JAM is really on the parents' side, but the parents are not saying it seriously. They just want the children to go to school, like to go. Okay, it is well. Even inside well. Okay, and on the Punch newspaper this morning, IBAS rejects Assembly's move to probe 6 months spending. The immediate past River State Administrator, Vice Admiral Ibos Eke IBAS, and the River State House of Assembly may be gearing up for a showdown following the latter's decision to probe the state's expenditure over the last few months under the former. IBAS ceased to be the administrator of the oil-rich state on September 17th, following the end of the 6-month emergency rule after President Bola Tinubu directed the suspended state governor, Similai Fubara, his deputy, and the State House of Assembly members to return to office from the previous Thursday. The Rivers State House of Assembly, presided over by the Speaker Martin Amawule during his first plenary after the end of the emergency rule, said it will investigate the state's expenditure during the 6 months of emergency rule. According to the resolutions of the House, to explore the process of knowing what's transpired through the emergency rule with regard to spending from the Consolidated Revenue Fund for the award of contracts and other expenditure. The figure is based on an analysis of FAAC data from the National Bureau of Statistics and other sources. Let me stay here. This man say he does not want to be probed. That means there will have been some dirty lining that things that he has done because
it's that I don't want to be exposed.
That means there's something there.
For just that 6 months, he was appointed to be
the administrator.
For just 6 months. So for him, let them if
his conscience is clear,
yes, you should just allow them to prove that.
That's why everybody's saying, let me go and be the president for 1 month. Even that 1 month.
You don't want them to maybe he has something hiding, so you don't want them to.
Of course, if not, what's there? They should go and check now. It is what we thought.
Moving to the Daily Post newspaper, Nigerian faces evil. Tinubu may be president for life. El-Rufai tells Atiku. Former governor of Kaduna State Nasir El-Rufai has warned that Nigeria is facing a major evil ahead of the 2027 presidential election. El-Rufai warned that President Bola Tinubu may become president for life if Nigeria fails to unite and remove him in 2027. The key member of the African Democratic Congress (ADC) spoke while receiving former Vice President Atiku Abubakar during a solidarity visit yesterday evening. Atiku had visited El-Rufai over his attack by APC-sponsored talks at the recent inauguration of the ADC in Kaduna State. El-Rufai said it is a disgrace for people to behave the way they are behaving. It means all these years we are for democracy and Nadeko was all fake. A pretense of all the claim we are fighting for true federalism is all fake. The former governor also described Tinubu administration as worse than any military regime in Nigeria.
Okay.
Why will you say that?
That is what he is experiencing.
Okay, now what he said that if Nigeria did not come together, that they should unseat Tinubu. That means Tinubu will be our president for life. Is that possible? I think
possible.
Nigeria has constitution that
of course,
after 8 years,
he's not even sure.
Can't be
this is just his first term. He's not even sure this man is going to win the next election. We are not in 2027.
Sure, not going to take.
No, see, anything can happen, and we can never say never. So we are just going to cross our fingers and wait till then. May Allah spare our lives till then and beyond, and see what's going to happen. This is a democratic Guinea now. El-Rufai is just capping, Jerry. Okay, back to the Daily Post newspaper this morning. Natasha's trial for alleged cybercrime against Akpabio Yaya Bello begins today, September 22. The trial of Kogi Central Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan on alleged cybercrime against the president of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, and former governor of Kogi State, Yaya Bello, will commence today, September 22nd, 2025, at the Federal High Court in Abuja. The trial on a 6-count criminal charge is being coordinated by the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice. Natasha, suspended from the Senate 6 months ago over alleged breach of Senate's rule, was arraigned in court on June 30, 2025, when charges were read to her and she pleaded not guilty. Justice Muhammad Umar is to adjudicate over the trial, with the Director of Public Prosecution of the Federation, Muhammad Babadoko Abubakar, billed to lead the prosecution for the federal government. A professor of law, Roland Otaru San, is expected to lead the defense team for the suspended Kogi Central Senator. The Senate President had, in a petition to the Inspector General of Police, complained about damages allegedly done to his reputation by Natasha on the accusation that he, Akpabio, planned to assassinate her in Kogi State. On the strength of the investigation by the police, Senator Natasha was on June 30, 2025, docked for cybercrime against Akpabio and Bello. This goes on and on and on and on. This is going to be very fun because Natasha is no one to bend down for any man. From what we've been seeing, she's going to file tooth and nail until justice is served. And then I hope she has evidences to back all her allegations. If not, she is in deep shit.
Journey on Daily Post newspaper. Tinubu's administration full-blown dictatorship. Atiku. Okay. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has once again criticized the administration of President Bola Tinubu. Atiku made this statement in a post on his verified X handle yesterday. According to him, the Tinubu-led APC administration poses the greatest risk to Nigerians' democracy since the return of democratic governance. The 2023 presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) also alleged that the administration has turned into a full-blown dictatorship. He made the remark during a solidarity visit to former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai yesterday. He reiterated that the activity of Tinubu-led APC administration posed the greatest risk to our democracy since the return of democratic governors. These two, El-Rufai and Atiku, all these are just fighting for politics.
Yes, they are fighting for their own destiny. That's why they are just against them. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's sure well with Nigeria, I know. I think our time is fast spent, so I'm going to take this as my last. Do you have one last that I'm going to add to yours?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to take this as my last this morning on the leadership newspaper. Tinubu's wife at 65. You are my confidant, counselor, and steady flame. Ooh, this man is so romantic, you know. President Bola Tinubu has celebrated his wife and First Lady Senator Remi Tinubu on her 65th birthday. The president described her as his confidant, counselor, and the steady flame illuminating his path. In a personal message, the president said the First Lady has been his anchor through decades of struggle, political exile, and leadership responsibilities, noting her quiet strength and enduring grace. Oluremi, as you celebrate your 65th birthday yesterday, I honor not only the love of my life, but also a woman whose quiet strength and enduring grace have been my steady anchor. The president reflected on the sacrifices the First Lady has made through their journey, emphasizing that her patience, devotion, and dignity had been a constant support. You are more than my wife. You are my confidence, my counselor, and steady flame illuminating my path. He said, adding that their children and grandchildren see in her an enduring example of compassion and faith. While Nigerians recognize her as embodying the true strength of womanhood, resolute yet tender, humble yet unshakably firm. The president also acknowledged the First Lady's quiet contribution to national service, stating that her sacrifices had supported the country just as much as its own public efforts. Nigeria owes you more than money will ever know. In every sacrifice you made quietly, in every burden you carried without complaint, you have served this country as surely as I have. Not from the podium, but from the heart of our home. You describe her as not just a partner in private life, but also as a First Lady whose warmth and empathy have touched millions across the country. As your president, I salute you as a First Lady whose firm warmth and empathy continue to touch millions of lives across our land. Concluding the tributes, the president expressed his gratitude and affection. As your lifelong companion, I say that I love you more than ever, and I am blessed every day by your presence. Your love is a treasure I hold dear. Happy 65th birthday, Oluremi. May the years ahead be filled with joy, peace, and fulfillment you are richly deserved. Oh my God.
Old man already.
Old man, oh, see this
love.
one. This one is
Look at the long episode for
seriously.
his wife.
Oh, happy belated birthday,
Happy birthday to
her. Wish her long life and prosperity. Like, this is so sweet. This one is so sweet, fa.
Oh, now on very Ongoya news. Kwara lawmaker pushes landmark electricity reform bill. Kwara State youngest female legislator, Honorable Kayashi, has sponsored the Kwara State Electric Power Sector Bill 2025, which has now passed its first and second reading at the House of Assembly. A public hearing on the bill drew broad support from stakeholders. The bill seeks to repeal the Electricity Board laws of 1992 and 2026, replacing them with a modern framework that allows Kwara to establish its own electricity market. It also domesticates the Federal Electricity Act of 2023, which decentralized Nigeria's energy sector and granted state greater autonomy. Explaining the bill's significance, she too said energy reform was critical for development. Millions of our people, especially in rural communities, are still in darkness. This bill is designed to open Kwara to innovative energy solutions, attract private investment, and create opportunities for our people. It is not just about electricity, it's about jobs, health, education, and improving the quality of life, she said. She added that the bill will enable the state to explore independent power projects, mini-grids, and renewable energy, while creating an enabling environment for private sector participation. Stakeholders at the hearing praised the proposal as a bold step toward tackling chronic power shortage that have hindered industrial growth and social development in Nigeria. They noted that the reform will expand electricity access to communities beyond the reach of the national grid.
Wow, that is a very good one.
It's a good one from her, because even in our states now, there's some parts of area in this Kwara state that there is no even electricity at all. Talk less of let's say the urban, the rural areas.
Like, this is a very good one from her. Like, kudos to her. I hope she is able to pass the last bill and they pass it. It's
And
going to
should
be
be
a very
approved.
it should be approved. Like it's going to be a very big plus for us here in Kwara State.
Well, that's end the newspaper review for today. For more in-depth on the story, you can visit the newspaper page and also our own very own newspaper page, the Royal News.
So thank you for listening.
I am Misturah Issa.
I am Latifah Ibrahim-Arowona.
Thanks for listening. Have a nice day.